All right, guys. So real quick, just to go over a couple of things, we have convention coming up. For anyone in LA, there is a Monday sales conference by like Victorville. It's optional, really, really optional for you to go. Ran by Paul McLean. But we're going to focus more on the main conventions coming up in February. So if you guys haven't registered yet, register on the website, register on HCMS, and we'll see you guys there. But I was just having a conversation with Isais earlier today on how to expand our current clients, right? Earlier, I had a conversation with Jason too, and he was like, should I get into health insurance? Should I get in Medicare? And is there money in that? Yeah, there is. But the only difference is like it's a little bit complicated when you're doing Medicare because now you have to know like the programs, the the client's circle of network of doctors, all that stuff. So I was telling him, you're better off really just maximizing your sales and it'll be faster for you to master referrals. And then funny enough, I had a conversation with Isais and he was talking about how he's getting referrals from the sales he's already done and he's using social media. So without further ado, let me introduce Isais. He does do both. Okay, so I want to let you guys know he does do what's called ACA, Affordable Care Act. He gets some clients and leads out of that. He saves the clients money by reducing their health insurance premiums, and then that's where he tackles and adds on the life. But once he gets the life going, it's a free for all of getting the referrals, providing the service and the value of what he gave to the client, save the money, and take it away. Just to go through the word tracks of all the things that you're doing, and then we get to ask some questions for you. Go ahead, Ace.
Hello, good afternoon, guys. Good evening, some people. So I met up with John today. Got a conversation going. I've been in the business for about 6 years. One of the strongest attributes that I bring to the table, to be honest with you guys, is referrals. That's really how I run my business. It's not that hard for me. And I just wanted to go over some things with you guys to help you guys out that I feel a lot of people aren't really capitalizing on. And today, I did show John an example of how I'm capitalizing on it. Okay. So for starters, I wanted to start off with Facebook. Okay. I've had a lot of great success with Facebook on referrals. I'm going to hit on two ways that I've been getting referrals. So number one, with Facebook, you guys, if you have warm market, if you have people in your life that you have on Facebook, okay, what I've asked my clients is to put a post that explains to them how I help them out. And then at that point, they also put, hey, if you guys need anything, always feel free to call him or contact him. And then I put I rebuttal with the comments, and then I'll just put, thank you for your time. Thank you for your trust. If anyone has any any questions, feel free to contact me. Now, here's the thing, you guys got to understand that in sales, 98% of my sales have been no. That's how it starts off. Okay. Nothing's handed to you in a gold platter, unfortunately. So what I've been doing, you guys, is when I have a post and I get tagged on that post by my client, and by the way, I tell the clients to be honest. I don't tell them what to script to say or where it sounds. You don't want people to think that somebody hacked their account and then they tagged you on it. You want to make sure that it seems authentic. So I just tell my clients, hey, put the experience you had with me, and we'll let people know. And the other thing I tell a client is, look, it's better for me to do it this way, because if you give me phone numbers of people and this and that, they might not feel it's legit. So we can automatically just kind of filter out who's interested. So here's the biggest thing, you guys. A lot of people are not going to comment. Okay. They're not going to comment on the post. But the people that heart the post or like the post or whatever it is, those are the ones I'm after. Okay. Those are the ones that are throwing you a little bone saying, what, I'm interested. That's cool. I wonder how they got it, whatever the case is. So I've had a client before that said, Isaias, I was in the market for life insurance. Isaias helped me get a policy. It was super affordable. I didn't have to get any blood work. I didn't have to get a physical exam. And if I send you to him, also ask him about living benefits, because it's going to change your life. So I get tagged on to that. And when I got tagged on to that, all the people that liked the post, I went ahead and I just hit him up on the DMs, and I just said, "Hi, my name's Isaias. I saw that you liked John's post, and I just wanted to know if there's any questions you had for me or anything I can help you out. I understand insurances is confusing. Even as a licensed agent, it's still confusing, but I'm here to break it down for you and simplify it for you to always understand it." And one of the biggest things that I always tell my clients, you guys, is I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to show you your options, because my main goal is for me to educate you. That's it. Okay. Because there's a big misconception on insurances. So that's how I've been able to get a lot of leads. I just showed John one of the posts that my clients put, you guys. I got a total of, I think, 18 quotes for today.
You guys see
Okay.
the screen? So I can put my password on Facebook on my phone compared to my computer. So I just sent the picture. It's gonna
Yeah.
lock me out trying to log in.
So here's one of the posts that John was talking about. So I leverage the health insurance, you guys, to be able to help people save money on their health insurance, and then that money they spend on health insurance, we transition it into life insurance. Because the reality is, you guys, if I have a client that's paid $400 a month for health insurance, what does that tell me? That they believe in the product. They believe in the service. So now what I do is I get them something that's more affordable. And then on top of that, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and look at a life policy, you guys, and start explaining the benefits of it. And what I tell people is, listen, one is going to pay for your medical bills. Okay. But under a catastrophic event or under something that's real serious that comes close to death, if you apply for living benefits, this is going to pay you guys out. Okay. I actually had an incident last year, you guys. I got COVID 3 times. The third time that I got it, I got 5 blood clots in my leg. I had 7 blood clots in my lungs. Doctors were just like, "Yo, how are you alive?" I fight on. And I had 3 surgeries to remove the blood clots. They weren't successful the first 2. The third one finally went through. And on the third surgery, I had a medical induced stroke. And at the same time, my heart stopped for 5 minutes. So I came back to life. Thank God I'm here. But long story short, I had a small policy, you guys, with one of the cares we have. And I was able to do a claim for living benefits. Okay. The policy that I had was for 25,000. You guys, it paid me out 8,900, which is a little over 30%. Okay. So I always use my example of my personal experience for clients to understand. And what I tell people is, listen, nobody wants to trade money for bad health. Okay. But unfortunately, when is money most important? When you have bad health. What's worse than dying from a stroke, you guys, is actually living through a stroke. Half of my arm is numb. Half of my leg between my knee and my waist is numb. Like, I literally can go get it tattooed, you guys. I'm not gonna feel a thing. So when it comes down to it, you guys, what's the after effect? If you have somebody that works in the construction business, uses both hands, and all of a sudden after the stroke, half of his body is paralysis, what good is the life insurance if he can't put a claim? So you want to make sure that you guys utilize that. And number 2, you guys, you got to be relentless. You got to be relentless. Don't ever fall in love with the activity. Don't fall in love with the results. Okay. We all know here, John's a very active person. We know he can ball up. He can run hoops around us all day, possibly run many laps around us. He's very, very healthy. So I'm going to ask him a question, and this is how you guys got to see the business. Okay. So look, let's say John's my personal trainer, you guys. Okay. And I sit down with John and I say, "Hey, what does it look like?" And John says, "Hey, we're going to go ahead and do 12 different exercises, 3 sets of 12, right?" So I do my first set with him. I start doing bench. And every time that I'm done with my bench, you guys, I go to the scale. Okay. We did 3 sets of 12. And I'm like, "Hold on, John, let me go to the scale." And then I go, "Look, man, I didn't lose any weight." Okay. Next exercise. And I do that 8 different times from the 8 different workouts. Okay. How silly would I look, you guys? How stupid would I look? Let's be honest. Okay. That's how agents have it wrong in this industry. Okay. After an appointment, you're not as good as you think you are, but you fall in love with the activity that you don't. In other words, if I'm in the gym for long term, I'm not going to fall in love with the scale. I'm going to fall in love with the activity. I'm going to fall in love with the exercise. I'm going to fall in love with going to the gym. And guess what, you guys? If I don't go to the scale, every day, every time, and I only go once a month, guess what? I'm going to see results. But I fell in love so much with the activity part that it got me the results I wanted. And I feel like in this industry, we have it the opposite way. Everyone falls in love with the results and everyone hates the activity. Guess what? You're never going to get to the activity. You're never going to get to results if you don't put in the activity. So have I had times where things don't go right? Absolutely. Have I had times where I have a client's like, yo, I want to get $180 premium. Let's do it, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? They get denied everywhere. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is don't let your emotions dictate your actions. Don't let it dictate the activity. Okay. I know I don't really get on here too much, but I'll be honest with you guys. I fell in love with the activity. I try to do as much appointments as I can. Right now, from November 1st, December 15th, you guys, I'm doing about 18 to 25 appointments a day. And I'm talking Sunday to Sunday. The only days I have off these next 45 days is going to be for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. And that's because I don't want to be the agent that's, egging people during that time. So one of the things, you guys, that's very important, that's helped me get more leads. Okay. And this one, you guys, write it down. This is a real good nugget that I was taught, and it helped me out a lot, you guys, a lot. If you want to take over a market of a family, this is the one. Okay. I'm out in El Paso, Texas, and I'll be real with you guys. Everyone out here has like 8 kids. Okay. We all have big families, and prior 1990, it's been even more. Okay. So what I'm getting at, you guys, this is what I was taught, and it helped me out a lot. So let's say John's mom got a life insurance with me. Okay. What I would tell John's mom is, listen, Ms. Baccaron, I understand that the coverage you got with me is very important to you, but it's also going to be just as important as your son, who you put as your beneficiary. If you allow me, can I give him a call so I can explain to him how this works? Because I don't ever want him to feel pressured like you didn't have a policy, or maybe he doesn't know about it. Okay. So are you okay with me giving him a call? What do you guys think 99.9% of the time that people say? Yes. Okay. So guess what, you guys? I set up an appointment with John. And what I'll tell John is, I don't say insurance agent. What I just say is, hey, John, this is Isaias. I'm your mom's agent. I have some things some services she got. I wanted to go over with you because I want you to understand how they work. She told me it's okay for me to reach out to you because, you are her son, and I want you to know exactly what she has. Oh, well, what this is about? Well, it's over a few things. Okay. I just want to sit down. I don't really feel comfortable just sharing information over the phone. This is why I want to set up an appointment with you, John. It shouldn't take longer than 30 minutes, and it relates to your mom. So when do you have a time? Okay. Now, if push comes to shove, you feel like you're losing them, then that's when I tell them, well, you know what? I'm an insurance agent with her. And there's a few things, one of the services she got with us, and I want to make sure you understand it. So if she's ever in a position that you can use it and she's not able to use it, but you know about it, I can help you for her to use it. Okay. So let's say I meet up with John. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to explain everything. Okay. What it covers, situations, how much she's paying, blah, blah, blah. Okay. When I'm done, what I'm going to ask John is, do you have any questions? Okay. More than likely, what are you going to tell me, John?
How can I get one?
Okay, well, no, and in reality, you guys, that's a best case scenario. But for the most part, you're gonna have people that are gonna say, no, I'm good. So then my next question with that rebuttal is, okay, John, so let me ask you a question. What part didn't you like about this? Okay. Nothing. Once I ask him that, you guys stay quiet. Stay quiet. Whoever answers first loses. Okay. And guess what? John, at that point, is more than likely going to say what? Oh, I'm good. It actually sounds great. Okay, perfect. Now let me ask you a question, John. What company do you have this with? Because your mom saw the value in this. I'm pretty sure you see a value in it as well. Okay. Now you're a lot younger than your mom, so obviously you would have a lot higher coverage at a way lower cost. So do you have a policy, or which company do you have? Don't just assume immediately. No, not yet. Don't you want to assume immediately, because once again, they're in the moment, you guys. Okay, they're in the moment. Don't walk away from it. That's why I told John, I don't walk away from it, you guys. I always just try to close them immediately and then do a takeaway. Okay, I hate to say it, us as human beings, you guys, we want to fit in. We always want something to be part of. And when it's taken away, we what? Well, what's the saying? You have a chip on your shoulder. That's just literally saying you want to show somebody wrong. So what I tell people is, so yeah, John, so here's the thing. I can run you a quote, John, but the reality is I'm sitting here like I know you're going to be covered, but the reality, this is not health insurance. So I know for a fact your health is 100% based on this. Okay. So I'm not even going to know if they accept it. Okay. So what I want to do, John, is let's go ahead and put an application to just go over everything. Okay. And we will and then we can find out if you're accepted or not. Now, I have majority of the information. Now, in the case of an event, go over beneficiary, go over bank statement, but once again, you guys, when it comes down to it, when it comes to the referral game, you guys, it's 99% sincerity, 1% presentation. Okay. Do not leave any room for business in there. That's it. Okay. Learn, especially in for me, you guys, I speak for my culture, which is mainly going to be the Hispanic people, Mexican people, Latin people. The way you talk to them is very important. Okay. So what I found out in my market and in my experiences, you guys, my job is to make the person in front of me as comfortable as possible. Mm-hmm. Within the first 5 minutes, I want him to take off his shoes and forget why he's here. Okay. Now, don't get your respect lost either. Okay. You don't want a client that just starts talking to you about other things, get so comfortable to the point that you lose a sale. So it's a fine line you got to find. But in retrospect, you guys, the main thing is, and see what starts to happen, you guys, is you're going to have family members reaching out. And then that's when you're going to get you know what? I want to get what my sister got. Okay. I remember one time, you guys, one of the girls was like, well, why is this a lot less than my sister's policy? I said, well, because your sister got a little bit of higher coverage. Well, I want more than what she has.
Nice.
Okay. That's fine. You guys, at the end of the day, you guys got to remember the services you guys offer. Okay. And I mean this respectfully, because I don't know everyone's background, but we're not selling lemon cars, you guys. We're not selling cars. We're not selling hocus pocus, shakes and all this stuff. We're selling products, you guys, that people are going to call you on them during a very tough time in their life. Our product, unfortunately, is not a Gucci bag, but it's going to be something that when they go through a tough time, either a death or a living benefit claim, they're going through a very hard time, you guys.
Yeah.
So this is where you build up that sincerity, the camaraderie, and this one people are going to start referring you. So it's very important.
Isaias, can you talk about your class, how you took that social media class into 3 things people are posting about social media? So I think it's really important for us to understand that appeals to get those referrals.
So I'm as you can tell, you'd like to read a lot. Not everything on there's been read. I'll give you that caution. I try my hardest, but I do like to understand the mind a little bit, because I feel that habits are going to determine a person. So I always want to understand habits. So I was telling John that I took a course at one of the El Paso community colleges out here for a week. And it was basically the psychology of sales with social media. It was a 6-day course. It went well. Basically, when it comes down to you guys, there's only 3 things people post about mainly that goes on in their life. Okay. Number 1 is going to be achievements. Okay. Quote unquote, things are going to show off: vacations, gym selfies, improvements. Okay. Number 2, let me think. Number 2 is going to be, deals. What deals they got. Okay. Where they're winning, where they got something good. And most importantly, you guys, I know it sounds bad, where they're saving money, where they got something for free, where they got a deal that's too good to be true. Okay. These 3 things, you guys, are the main things people look at. So this is where you want to put your post tagged by your client to get you at that. Okay. So when I found out about this, and you think about it, you guys, no one's putting up bad posts about their bad health. But will they post pictures up of them at the gym at 6 in the morning? Yeah, plenty of times. Will they post the pictures of being in Vegas in the middle of the party? Yeah, all the time. Okay. Will they post up deals? Oh, I got a great deal. I got a new car. I got this, improvements in life. Yes. And then most importantly, the third one is that the deals, something they got for free, something that's out of this world, something that's too good to be true. So this is where you want to make sure you capitalize. Okay. I actually have a client of mine that she's into bodybuilding, and I was able to help her understand the vitality program of John Hancock. Okay. And that opened up some more doors to avenues. And here's a problem with us as limited belief, you guys. We have a limit about what we can achieve. Okay. But remember, even what we can achieve from here to there is just me. If I open up doors with other people, that opens up drastically as well.
Yeah.
So you guys start getting to a point where people cheer for you more than you cheer for yourself. This is when people start. I can show you guys text messages where I literally had a client of mine tell me, hey, I heard this man complaining about his health insurance at work, and I gave him your phone number and I told him to call you so he can help you out. But is she getting paid, you guys?
Yeah.
No.
That's when you really have good referral market right there. When your value supersedes that people are talking about you now as a deal.
Yeah.
Hey, Isaias, thanks a lot for that. We're running out of time. We're gonna jump into Albert's call at 2 p.m. But I have this saved and I'm gonna upload this on YouTube so a lot
Awesome.
more people can hear this. All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you at the 2
Bro.
o'clock call.
5 minutes with no heartbeat. You should have gone for the full death claim, man.